Hello. So now we are going to start concepts. The very confusing thing about a for loop is when to write something inside and when to write something outside. Now this confusion had troubled me a lot as a beginner, and I know how it troubles the other beginners. Okay, now let me show you how to find the sum of a bunch of numbers. Let the numbers be 1 plus 2 plus 3 as the series heading shows. Here you are going to choose the upper limit and ask the user to enter that. Okay. Now once the user enters the number that is the limit, then the heading that adding numbers from 1 to n, this will appear once. Now if it appears once, then it must be written outside loop. And if you are finding sum of a bunch of numbers, how many times will you want to print the sum? Will you want to print the sum every time, or will you want to print the sum only one time? Therefore, I will want to mark this sentence as a sentence that indicates one time execution. One time. This means you don't want to print the sum every time you are adding next number. If you are adding 10 numbers, will you tell 10 times the answer or one time the answer? But if you are performing addition of 10 numbers, are you going to perform addition 10 times or one time? Think on that. As you think on that, let me explain it from here. Now this is happening more than once. This more than once indicates that sum will keep on repeating itself. Different times it will take the next number for the accumulation. Accumulation means adding it to the next. Let us see the main. Suppose this time I enter the limit as 5, assuming 5 as a small number, so that I can understand the steps. If I am adding numbers from 1 to 5, I am adding 1, with that I am adding 2, with that I am adding 3. So when I am adding this 1 plus 2 gives me 3, that plus 3 gives me 6, that plus 4 gives me 10, and that plus 5 gives me 15. Thus the output has come once. Now, if you want to know what are the numbers that got added, then the answer is inside the loop, because 15 has not come from nowhere now. So here I can help you in tracing which are the numbers that got added. So if I write here the variable k, then you will be able to see how k is showing what are the numbers that are getting printed. Okay. Now I will print all the variables in the same line. I don't want a new line. So what I do is I don't give print ln, but I give print only. Now let us check what does it show. It will show me all the values of k that are getting added to the sum. I will explain sum after I finish showing you the variable k's values. Now this time also if I enter 5, I hope you will get to see something different. Where did these numbers come from? These numbers have come from this place where k is generated one after another. Now you may also want to see the value of s, because s is something which is storing the result each time. So what I will do now is I will show you how s is growing. Let me also print s along with k, and this time I will want the result to be shown with the variable. Just 1 second, k is to be written, because if I write k, then you will understand what is k storing, and if I write sum, then you will understand what is sum storing. Okay, sum is represented through S. Okay, so K is equal to the variable and then S is equal to the variable which is S. And finally, the sum. Let me check this out, and this should explain how the sum in S is getting stored each time. Wait, you don't stop guessing. Okay, now this time also I will enter 5 so that your answer for the previous round is displayed. See, very first time when K is 1, our S started with a 0. With S as a 0, the new value of sum became the previous value of sum, added to that the variable K's value. Next, it printed K and S. Then K got increased. With the increase in K, the variable S also got a modified value. K increased by 1, but S increased by K. So here you can see, first time S is 1. To this 1 I am adding the next value of K, which is 2. The result becoming this 2 plus this 1, making it 3. To this 3 I am adding the next value of K. Hence the result is 6. To the 6 I am adding the next value of K, which is 4. Hence the 10. And to the 10 I am adding 5. Hence the 15. And finally, out of the loop, the variable sum is printed through variable S. Okay.